Hi and hello everyone. Really, I feel very proud and happy to meet you all through these online classes. In this tight corner also, with the guidance of our Honorable Correspondent Sir, we, the family members of SVM, are ready to take the untiring and also the painstaking efforts for welfare of the students. So please don't waste your time. Whatever the classes we are doing, learn it properly. Why I am saying is, there is a proverb: if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost. So it is the right time to take the right decisions. So make use of the time in a proper way. You should not have any deviations. Now we can have a discussion on 11th English Unit 3, that is the lesson Forgetting, written by Robert Lint. First of all, we can have a glance on glossary before we go to the lesson. First, I will give you a explanation about the glossary. Come, we can have a glance on it. First of all, I explain the word vintage. What is the meaning of vintage? Means a wine of high quality produced in a particular year. Here it denotes only the wine. The wine, it cannot be produced in all the years, especially that will be produced only in a particular year, that is called vintage. Well, at the time of teaching, I will explain the word vintage. Now, what is the meaning of vintage? Means a wine, that is a high class wine. Next is antipathy. What is the word antipathy? We can say that is strong dislike. I have strong dislike of watching movies. That is antipathy. That is now strong dislike. Next is fortunes. Now that is huge sums of money. One word is there, fortunate or unfortunately, that denotes the luck. Here fortune denotes huge sums of money. Next is that reluctant, that is adjective. What is the meaning of reluctant? Means unwilling. The meaning of reluctant, that is adjective, unwilling. Willing, opposite unwilling. Here reluctant, it gives the meaning unwilling. I am unwilling to do that work. That is the meaning, I am reluctant to do that work. Next is that delinquent. Now, delinquent, a young person who is regularly involved in wrongdoing, for that person we can call it as delinquent person. Often he will be involved only in the wrongdoings, not in the good ones. That the person, particular person, we call it as delinquent. Next word, exploits. What is the word? Exploits. Noun. What is the meaning of exploits? Not daring, or a heroic acts, or actions, or fates. We can say it as adventurous. Nowadays, the teenage students, they used to do many exploits. That is heroic acts. Heroism is very important during this age. So you students, what you are doing now, often you will be making some exploits. That is showing the heroism. That is that heroic acts or actions or fears. Next is that abstracted. Abstracted is adjective. What is the meaning of abstracted? Means lacking concentration on what is happening around us. What is happening around us, that is called abstracted. One noun is an abstract noun. We can feel, but we cannot see. That is abstract noun. Here abstracted is lack of concentration. We may not know what is happening around us. We are living a life with lack of concentration. For that we can say it as abstracted. that is adjective. Next is prosaic. What's the word? Prosaic, adjective. Adjective, that is meaning dull. Meaning is dull. I have prosaic feelings. That is dull feelings. Next is that medicare. Adjective, not very good. That is ordinary. Already you might have learned Medicare policy. That is Medicare. This is Medicare. That is MEDIOCRE. That is adjective, not very good or ordinary. Next is fallible. What is the meaning of fallible? Adjective, that is capable of making mistakes. We have many words, follies, mistakes. Here they have given fallible. The person, he is capable of making many mistakes. For that person we have to say it as fallible. Next is that sieve. That is noun. What is the meaning of sieve? Means strainer or filter. Strainer or filter. For that we have to say it as sieve. Next is audacious. Audacious means adjective, that is bold and daring. Audacious person. What is the meaning of audacious person? Bold and daring person, that is adjective. Next, eccentric. That eccentric word is adjective, that is tending to act strongly. That is, we can say it as eccentric person, tending to act strangely. What is the meaning of strange? Indifferent person. The behavior entirely that will be different. For that type of person we can say it as strange person. He has the habit of strange. That person we can say it as eccentric person. Next is that indignant. What is the meaning of indignant? Being very angry. That is adjective. If a person is getting angry, for that we have to say it as indignant manner. The person is indignant in manner, angry. Next is that querying. What is the meaning of querying? Means trembling or shivering. That is noun. Trembling or shivering. Next is that vexation. What is the meaning of vexation? Means irritation or annoyance. That is noun. So don't get confused between noun and adjective. Noun means name of the person, place or a thing which we are speaking about. That is called noun. What is meant by adjective? Adjective qualifies the noun. That is called adjective. So I have given what are the words are noun and what are the words are adjective. We had a glance on glossary. Now we can see what about the author. About the author. The forgetting written by Robert Lynn. The full name is Robert Wilson Lynn. They are calling us Robert Lane, but the full name is Robert Wilson Lane. But he has written under the pen name or pseudonym, that false name, that we can call it as false name, pen name or pseudonym, YY. So the Robert Lane full name is Robert Wilson Lane, but he has written many essays under the pen name YY. Next, born 20th April 1879 at Belfast in United Kingdom. Next, career, editor, poet and also an essayist. Not only the editor but also a poet and an essayist. Next, he has received 2 awards. What are that awards? Means silver medal by the Royal Society of Literature. First award, that is silver medal. Second, he has received gold medal by the Sunday Times. So he has got 2 awards. Apart from that, what happened means died in 6th October 1949. And he was an Irish writer. What is the meaning of Irish? The person, those who are in Ireland, we can call that person as Irish. So he was an Irish writer, and also he was one of the greatest essayists of the 20th century. During the 20th century, he was a famous person. Why I have underlined the word one of the greatest essayists? Means whenever we are using one of the, we have to add yes along with the noun. One of the boys, one of the girls, one of the writers, one of the schools. So whenever we are using one of the, S must be used. That is spot the error. Keep it in your mind, 1 mark for that. So he was one of the greatest essayist, you should not write. You have to add yes. And 20th century, he began his career as a journalist. In our country, we will be doing only one job. But in foreign countries, they used to do many jobs. That's why he is not only a poet, essayist, and also a journalist. And apart from that, his essays are delightful, ironical, and also satirical. What is the meaning of ironical? The meaning is, in Tamil you may know that, igalvadai pol pugalvadum, pugalvadai pol igalvadum, vanja pugalchi ani agum. Like that, in his writings, we can see many irony and also satirical. In Tamil they will see nayan. Like that, we can see irony and also satirical in his writings. Okay, now let us have a deep discussion on the lesson. Okay, anyhow, we had a glance on glossary and we discussed about the author. Now, we can have a deep discussion on the lesson forgetting. Already told that it was written by Robert Litt. So, okay, what is mean by forgetting? I have to explain about the word forgetting. That is absent-mindedness. Being absent-minded or absent-mindedness or forgetfulness. Most of the people, they have the habit of forgetting. Do you accept this? But I accept this. Here, I would like to ask one question. Forgetting is a blessing or a curse? Tell me. Forgetting is a blessing or a curse? I will explain. Sometimes forgetting is a blessing. Sometimes it is a curse. We can say it as boon or ban. That is blessing or a curse. Forgetting is a blessing. When means in our day-to-day life, we have touch with many people. That is with neighbors, friends and relatives. Sometimes we may have a bitter experience from them. But what we are doing, we are forgiving, we are forgetting, and we are leading our lives. There it is a blessing. That is a good habit. If we want to survive in our life, we must forget certain things. That is a blessing given by the God. Sometimes it is a curse. For whom? For you. For the students. When you may be preparing for your examination, you will be burning the midnight oil for the examination. After entering the exam hall, certain things you will forget. At that time, it is a curse. Of course, do you accept this? Yes. There it is a curse. After coming out of the examinations, you can recall some answers. At that time, it is a curse. Okay, anyhow, I asked you the question whether the forgetting is a blessing or a curse. And also sometimes it is a blessing, sometimes it is a curse. Let us have a discussion on what the author has said about the forgetting. First, the author is talking about the railway travelers. That is the absent-mindedness of the railway travelers. The lesson starts with a line, a list of articles lost by the railway travelers, now on sale at a great London station. The news that has been published in the newspaper. After reading this news, all the people, they have got wondered, they have got shocked, they have got astonished at the absent-mindedness of their fellow beings. The author says that absent-mindedness is common among the people. And also he says he says again, the efficiency of human brain. What is that now? The efficiency of human brain is able to remember and recall everything, but sometimes it forgets certain things. So, in first paragraph, the author has said something about the railway travelers. The efficiency of the human brain, rather than the inefficiency of human memory that causes absent-mindedness. The first paragraph, he has explained detailed about the railway travelers. Now, second point, what he is saying now? Modern man remembers telephone numbers and addresses of his friends and also vintage. What is the meaning of vintage? I have given the explanation in glossary. The vintage, what is the meaning of vintage? Means a high class wine produced in a particular year. So the modern man remembers the dates of vintage. I mean when the wine is produced, in which year the wine is produced. So the modern man remembers the addresses of his friends, and also not only the addresses of his friends, telephone numbers and dates of the good vintage, and his memory is crowded with actors, actresses, footballers, cricketers, and even the murderers. And apart from that, he can remember the appointments for lunch and dinner. He can remember the appointments for lunch and also dinner. And also he can remember not only that, he can remember the season, the summer season. During that summer season, he might have taken the bad meal, that is that wild meal. Some of the hotels, it might have served him, so he can keep in his mind the name of the hotel. So the modern man can remember everything. In ordinary life, man remembers everything that he is expected to remember. And also, in the next point, what the author is saying now, the author says something about the medicines. Something about the medicines. Because most of the people, they forget to take the medicines. Certain psychologists tells us that we forget things because we wish to forget them. What the modern psychologist says, we forget certain things because we wish to forget them. Why he is saying now? Most of the people, they forget to take the medicines in time. The doctor might have prescribed as a rule, the medicine should be taken before, during, after a meal, but the meal itself should be a reminder of it. Only some moral giants can remember to take the medicines regularly. What is the meaning of moral giants? The person strictly insists on right behavior. That person we used to call them as moral giants. Only the moral giants, they can remember to take the medicines regularly. Next, they have the strong antipathy. In glossary we have seen this word, antipathy, strong dislike. So they may have the strong dislike, the antipathy for pills and potions. Pills means tablets, potions means syrup. They have the strong antipathy. That is why they fail to remember at the appointed hours. But the Lin does not agree with this point. What he is saying means, the person Those who have strong dislike on medicines, they fail to remember on appointed hours. But Lin does not agree with this point. Why? I mean, he is the long devotee of medicines. Long devotee of medicines, like himself is as forgetful as like others, those who take the medicines unwillingly. That is why he is not ready to accept this point. To see, so one person is, the author is taking the medicine, he is a lifelong devotee of medicine. In other hand, the persons, they are taking the medicines unwillingly. He compares to others. The person they are forgetting because they are unwilling to take the medicines. But how the author can forget the medicines? That's why he is not accepting that point. Because lifelong devotee of like himself is as forgetful of as those who are taking the medicines unwillingly. And also, many persons, they have the tablets in their pockets. When the right time comes, they forget to swallow the medicines. Not only that, they forget to take the medicines. Apart from that, at last, what the Lin says, the chemist, the druggist, they are gaining too much of money. That is, I have used the word in glossary, fortunes, huge sum of money. Who is gaining some huge sum of money out of the medicines means only the druggist or chemist. They are making huge sum of money out of the medicines. The people fail to take. Yes, the people fail or forget to take the medicine. But who is gaining more here? Only the druggist. Though the person they are taking the medicines are not. But who has that huge sum of money profit? And also they are making money means only the druggist. They are making too much of money. They are getting more profit in that matter. Next, he is talking about letters, posting of letters. Robert Lin says forgetting is common among the people in that the people have the habit of forgetting to post the letters. If someone asks him to post the letter, means the author is saying he will be the poor judge of his character. Why? Because Lin never posts the letter in time, because the author itself have the habit of forgetting to post the letters. He may be having the letters in his pocket, but after crossing the first pillar box, that is a post box, he used to remember that he has forgotten to post the letter. So the author also have the habit of forgetting to post the letters. So again I am saying, first of all, he has said something about the railway travelers. Next, the author has said something about the modern man. Third, he has said something about the most of the people they are forgetting to take the medicines. He has talked something about the medicine. Next, he has said something about posting of letters. Next, the author says something about the sportsmen. The sportsmen, they are all the citizens of dreamland. What the author is saying? They are all the citizens of dreamland. Why? What is the reason? They are living in the world of dream. They are living in the world of dream. They are playing remaining time. They are living only in the imagination. Here the author has used the wonderful word. What is that word means? The heads are among the stars. The hearts are in the boots. What's the meaning of heads are among the stars, the hearts are in the boots? Means the heads are among the stars means they keep thinking about high things. That is ideals. They are thinking about the adventurous, heroic acts. They are thinking about the success. But The hearts in their boots means their feelings about the running. Sometimes they might have got failures in their attempt. At the time they are thinking about the failures. In Basha movie, you might have listened. Rajinikanth will say, நான் இதை கேட்டு வேலை செய்யல, இதை கேட்டு வேலை செய்யறேன். Why? What is the reason means? All the good things starts from your heart. All the bad things starts from your head. Don't let your head to rule your heart. Let your heart to rule your mind. Often there will be a conflict, the fight between humanity and intellectuality. What happened at last? Intellectuality wins, humanity suffers. That is why the author has used the hearts are among the stars. They are flying like the birds because they have got the victory, they have got the success. And also, their hearts are in their boots. They are thinking about the failures. They are worrying about the failures. During that time, what the sports person they are doing means they are thinking about high thinkings and they are forgetting the ordinary things. That's why the author is saying something about the absent-mindedness of the sportsmen. Next, the author says something about the anglers. What's the meaning of anglers? Ankle means here, the person, those who are catching the fishes by using the ankle fishing rod, we have to say it as ankle. So by using the fishing rods, we have to say it as anglers. The person, those who are catching the fishes by using the fishing rods, that type of a person we can call it as anglers. The anglers are the daydreamers. They are all the daydreamers. They will be enjoying fishing. They will like that spot very much. During that evening time, they will be coming back home by leaving the fishing rods. They are forgetting the fishing rods. Why? What is the reason? They are thinking about the glorious things. That's why they are forgetting the things. Here, both the anglers and sports person, they both of them are absent-mindedness person. Why? What is the reason? They are thinking about high things. They are living in the world of dream, that is utopia, the dream world. They are living in that dream world, that we can call it as utopia. They are thinking about high thoughts and they are forgetting certain things, ordinary things. This memory prevents them to take that footballs, bats and also the rods, fishing rods. Next, not only that, the author is saying forgetting is a blessing. Forgetting is a blessing. Why? What is the reason? They are thinking only about the happy things, glorious things, ideal things, and they have the high type of imagination, and they are forgetting the ordinary things. So it is a blessing. And also, not only that, if the two statesmen are there, what is the meaning of statesmen? The respected politicians are there. They are in the cabinet meeting. The both of them, they are talking. They are saying the story of others. The two persons' story are inaccurate. They think that they are talking the truth. They are saying the story of others. But both the persons are not saying the right things. You take some, for example, one Sun TV is there. Jaya TV is also there. In Sun TV, they will be saying, Takkali Vilai Uyarval, Makkal Avadi. In Jaya TV, they will say, Takkali Uyarval, Vivasayagal Magilchi. The same news they are telecasting, but they are giving two type of informations. Like that, two statesmen, politicians, they are talking in the cabinet meeting. They are talking about others. The X is talking about Y is talking about that X. They are saying one another the story of others means that is inaccurate. But they are thinking that they are talking only the truth. And also, last but not least, here is a story. The author says something. The story of a father. The story of a father. Father is there. He is taking his baby in the perambulator. What's the clipping of? You have the 2 marks for clipping. That is perambulator. What's the clipping of perambulator? Means pram. He is taking his baby in the perambulator one sunny morning. While at the time of taking out, he is looking at the public house. That is bar. We can say public house or a saloon bar. We can say it as saloon bar. The father has got tempted for a glass of beer. What he is doing? He is leaving the baby out and rushing out to the door for a glass of beer. Now what happens? After some time, the wife is coming on that way. The wife has got horrified by looking at the sleeping baby in the perambulator. She has got more angry with him. So, she decided to teach a lesson for him. He is wheeling out the perambulator to the house. So, now, wife is waiting for the arrival of the husband, that she has to teach a good lesson for him. She has to teach a good lesson for him. She has thought that the husband will be coming by saying that he has lost the baby. But unfortunately, what happens? The husband is coming, entering the house by saying, "Hello, my dear. What is for lunch today? What is for lunch today?" Now the wife has got shocked, having forgotten the baby, and in fact, he has taken that baby out. He has forgotten entire things. So, in ordinarily, good memory is common. So, if a man does not have, for that man, we call it as eccentric, strange behavior. In glossary I have used this word, eccentric. That is strange behavior. He has forgotten everything in this story. Like this person in the story, how many of them are living in this world? Only few. Forgetfulness, you can remember 2 movies. One is Rajinikanth movie, Dharmathin Thalaivan. Another one movie is Gajini, short time memory loss. So, good memory is common to all, but for sometimes we are forgetting certain things. Again I am saying, forgetting is a blessing. Sometimes forgetting is a curse. What happened now? We cannot live in this world without having the habit of forgetting. So, forgetting is not a disease. It is a habit. No need of worrying about each and every person. They have the habit of forgetting. Now, we can see the weightage of marks. How many marks are there? If you read these lessons, totally how many lessons you have means, totally you have 6 lessons. In that 6 lessons, short answers, question number 34 to 36 are short answers. So how many short answers means? They will ask 3. See, 6 lessons are there. So how many short answers they will ask means 3 short answers. Out of the 3, you have to write 2. Each question carries 3 marks. So totally you have 6 marks for short answers. If you read 6 lessons, you will get 3 questions. Out of the 3 questions, you have to write 2 questions. Each question carries 3 marks, totally 6 marks. So weightage for short answers 6 marks. Next, you are going to write synonyms and also antonyms. So question number 1 to 6, synonyms and also antonyms. If you read these lessons, they will ask 3 synonyms and also 3 antonyms. So totally 6 marks. So 6 marks for short answers and 6 marks for synonyms and antonyms. And also question number 41, that is paragraph. Paragraph. Question number 41, paragraph. How many paragraphs they will ask? Out of that 6 lessons, they will ask 2 paragraphs. So you have to write 1 paragraph, marks 5 marks. So totally 5 marks. So short answer 6 marks. Next synonyms antonyms 6 marks and paragraph 5 marks. Totally you have 17 marks. If you are concentrating on lessons, you may get 17 marks. You have to go through the glossary and also all the short answers and also the paragraphs. Be thorough with that, and also how to write that paragraph. In old pattern, they will give 10 marks, that is essay. Now we are getting only 5 marks. No need of writing synopsis. No need of writing about the author. Just you write the lesson forgetting. For example, forgetting is there. Now give the topic forgetting. And the same as Robert Lynn. And catchy quotations. Or you have to impress by writing the quotation. Introduce one quotation. And you start writing 1 or 2 pages. At last, you give one quotation. That is more enough. Don't use colloquial language while at the time of writing. Second condition is that you should not use direct speech. I, you, we. Like that, we should not use direct speech. It should be in indirect speech. The paragraph. Don't write more than 2 pages. Don't write less than 2 pages. Try to write 2 pages with catchy quotations. No need of writing about the author synopsis. You write 2 pages, that is more enough. So learn well and listen all the videos without fail. Thanks for your kind cooperation. Thank you.